take my first trip on the Pitster. Now, I know that I haven't been putting up a lot of videos of this, but I've been fixing it up. The thing that held me up was the hydraulic clutch. So I am going to be testing out the hydraulic clutch. It's a Chinese hydraulic clutch, and it's funny enough, this is a Chinese bike, but the quality is a lot better than most Chinese bikes. This is a Pitsterpro xtr250. I believe it's like a clone of the Honda 230. So it's a decent bike. So I haven't finished doing everything to it. I haven't put the left handguard, and I also have not put this right side pannier because I need to get a bigger bolt for this, but that's about it. There are some flaws when it comes to this bike. The airbox, that's very annoying, is under the seat, and the battery is under the seat, so that's not a big issue. But because of this rack, in order to get the seat off, you have to remove the rack. So you have to remove the entire rack. So hopefully the battery just doesn't die, because it is a pain in the ass to get off. Another thing to note is that I did change the sprocket, the rear sprocket. So we went from I think it's like a 45 to a 38. So it's going to be a much better highway bike. So before, it was geared very much for just riding on dirt, a little bit more torquier, I'm assuming, and I've only ridden it a little bit, so I haven't ridden very much. I tested out the hydraulic clutch, it does work, but the sprocket is going to help out. Now here's the benefit over the Japanese bikes. It's got a backup kickstarter and an electric starter, so that's kind of fascinating. And it's got electric start. You can turn on and off the bike. You can turn off the lights. The start button is actually on the left. It's very odd. So we're going to take this thing for a little spin and see how she performs. You do have to bypass the kill switch in order for it to work. So here we go. First gear. It does bog down. I don't know why it's bogging down, but yeah, it's bogging down. I'm gonna pull into this parking lot and look at it. Yeah, it's on, but it's like stumbling a bit in the carburetor. Wow, that sounds terrible. Wow, that sounds terrible. It does seem like it needs some carb work. Could just be old fuel though. The speedometer is 43 miles an hour, 44, and I'm going actually GPS corrected 42. So it's a little bit off. Yeah, it's like dying. I switched the fuel to up, so I don't know. Downshifted, it makes a little bit more power. But yeah, it's bogging like crazy. So, let me look at this. What is this? I had no idea this was here. Okay, position up. Position down. Could possibly be that the choke was on. Okay, let's see. Okay, I I think that might be it. You know, the clutch unfortunately is I'm not really sure how much really this bike takes, but that was I'm not used to this system. Okay, so now the light is on. Miles an hour. All right, actually this stretch of road is gonna let me test out, I guess, its top speed. I can't imagine that the top speed on this is very high. Hey, biker guy. So let's see what it does. Miles an hour, 50, 53. We're going uphill, so 57. Yeah, I can't. The knobbies feel very vague. 55, 57. .57, 58, 60. Oh, I almost made a full speed run. Yeah, this little Chinese bike has a pretty high degree of fit and finish. I think the downside, so my friend bought this brand new for like $2,800, and that's a steal at that price, especially now with COVID. Bikes that are like 250s are selling for like $4,000 to $5,000. so there's a group of riders that ride these bikes in particular. They even have a 450, and they really love them. Clutch is not like a one-finger clutch, but the pull is actually like really low. See, like right there. It's right at the bottom, so I think I have to do just a little bit of adjustment. That's why it's not shifting into neutral perfectly. It's because the adjustment is just a little bit off. Knobby tires do not help. Miles an hour. That's my big project, is to change the friction point. It revs pretty high, like 8,000 RPMs. It's a little hard to turn. So there is a little bit of an issue with the clutch. Even when I pull it in, I think it still engages. So I need to kind of figure out what is happening here. So I might have to pull all of this thing out, but seems to work. The first time I did it, I think it was better, and now I believe. All right. Man, what is this, a party of some kind? Look at these people. Jesus, that's a lot of cars. What is this? Man, that's a big house. I never even noticed that. Jesus. Well, guys, that's the Pitsterpro, and it's my first Chinese bike that I've ridden in a very long time. The last Chinese bikes I've ridden were horrendous, mostly scooters. And even the Taiwanese bikes, they tend to be only slightly better, like Kimco. genuine. But this is kind of a cool bike. It's a dirt bike, so it's built like a dirt bike. It's cheap to make, I think. It does feel good. It feels like a very good bike to ride. And it sounds great. The stock exhaust is light. It's not like one of those super heavy ones, but I do like bikes to be a little bit less noisy because I like to stay nice and stealthy. This one's loud, but I think if you buy one of these, I think you'll be surprisingly happy. Well, Squids, that's the ride for today. I'll probably be doing more videos on this. I might even take it off-road. So I just gotta do some more changes to this, get it all done, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Kind of stuck here. The cops won't bother me.